What if the fruits you eat every day, the ones you always thought were healthy, are actually speeding up aging in your legs, your brain, and your immune system? For many seniors, that's exactly what's happening. And the worst part, most don't even know it. Welcome to Health Hack 50 Plus, your trusted guide to aging well. I'm Dr. Ronald James. In today's video, we're revealing a truth that might change how you think about eating fruits. Most of us grew up believing that all fruits are always good for us, and in general, that's true. But after age 60, things shift. Circulation slows, inflammation increases, nutrient absorption gets weaker. Suddenly, certain fruits can quietly do more harm than good. Some may spike your blood sugar. Others irritate your gut lining. Some even damage small blood vessels in your legs and brain. Over time, these changes lead to poor circulation, foggy thinking, balance issues, and a higher risk of falls. One study published in the Journal of Gerontology found that certain fruits, especially specific fruits, were linked to faster declines in mobility and leg strength. These aren't rare fruits. They're probably in your kitchen right now. But don't worry, this isn't a fear-based video. It's a solution-based one. Because for every fruit you might need to avoid, there's another you should start eating. Here's what we'll cover: 4 fruits you should avoid, especially if you care about your legs, brain, and independence. As a physician, I've seen it too often: seniors eating healthy, exercising, and sleeping well, but still feeling weak, dizzy, or forgetful. And many times, it's not about what they're missing. It's about what they didn't realize they needed to stop. That's what we're here to fix. So if you're ready to discover the fruits that are weakening your legs and breaking you down, stick with me. We'll start with one of the most common and most misleading fruits on seniors' fruit bowls: banana. Bananas. They're soft, they're sweet, and they're often marketed as the perfect post-workout snack. But for seniors over 60, bananas might be silently draining your leg strength. The problem isn't that bananas are unhealthy. It's how they affect older bodies. With slowing metabolism, insulin resistance, and chronic low-grade inflammation, bananas have a high glycemic load. A ripe banana can spike blood sugar almost as fast as a soda. That's because their natural sugars, mainly glucose and fructose, are quickly digested and absorbed without much fiber to slow them down. When your blood sugar jumps, insulin surges. Over time, those surges weaken your muscle fibers, promote fat storage around the thighs and hips, and reduce glucose uptake by muscle cells. Your legs feel heavier, your steps get slower, and your muscles don't recover like they used to. A 2019 study published in Frontiers in Endocrinology found that older adults with higher dietary glycemic loads showed significantly lower quadriceps strength, balance control, and muscle endurance, even when their overall calorie intake was moderate. The researchers emphasized that rapidly absorbed sugars were particularly damaging for leg strength and stability. Bananas also lack essential amino acids and magnesium, both of which are critical for muscle contraction and nerve function. And if you're eating bananas every day while thinking you're boosting potassium, consider this: excess potassium from food sources can backfire in people with impaired kidney function, which becomes more common after 60, leading to muscle fatigue, cramping, and slowed movement. If you love bananas, don't panic. Just switch how you eat them. Choose green or slightly underripe bananas instead of soft, spotted ones. They contain more resistant starch, which doesn't spike blood sugar as fast. And never eat them alone. Pair with healthy fats like peanut butter or a handful of walnuts to blunt the glucose hit. But if bananas are a daily habit and you've noticed your legs feeling weaker, this sweet snack may be working against you. Now you know the truth. This fruit may look sweet, but for seniors over 60, they quietly destroy collagen, spike inflammation, and drain the very leg strength you need to stay independent. And the worst part? This fruit is promoted as healthy, but behind the sweetness hides weakness, literally. If your knees hurt, your legs feel tired, or your balance has started to slip, the answer might be in your fruit bowl. So here's your challenge. Clean up your kitchen and start choosing smarter, senior-friendly options that protect your legs instead of destroying them. Next is a fruit that disguises itself as tropical health, but may be quietly damaging your nerves and draining your strength. Number 2. Pineapple. It's sweet, it's juicy, and it's often labeled as a cleansing fruit. But for seniors, pineapple can quietly sabotage your leg strength, especially if you're eating it regularly. Pineapple contains one of the highest amounts of fructose per serving of any common fruit. Fructose is metabolized differently than other sugars. Instead of going directly into your bloodstream for energy, it must first pass through the liver. And in aging adults, that process is slower, less efficient, and more damaging than most realize. Here's why it matters. When the liver is overwhelmed by high fructose intake, especially from fruits like pineapple, it starts turning that sugar into fat. This leads to a condition called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD, which now affects over 60% of seniors with diabetes or prediabetes. What does this have to do with your legs? A fatty liver drastically reduces your ability to store and regulate glucose. That leads to insulin resistance, chronic inflammation, and reduced nutrient delivery to muscles. The end result? Shrinking leg muscles, delayed recovery, and rapid loss of mobility. A study in diabetes care tracked aging adults with high fructose diets and found a 2.5-time greater risk of lower body frailty compared to those with balanced glucose intake. Worse, pineapple has a glycemic index of nearly 60, much higher than most berries or citrus. That means it hits your bloodstream fast, triggering a rush of insulin that can cause crashes, weakness, and fatigue. Over time, those swings wear out your nerves and damage blood vessels feeding the legs and feet. And although pineapple contains bromelain, an enzyme that some say is anti-inflammatory, research shows that its effect is mild and inconsistent in older adults, especially when eaten in sugary canned or juiced forms. Most seniors are getting far more sugar than they benefit from every serving. If you enjoy tropical fruit, try switching to papaya. It's lower in sugar, higher in fiber, and shown to reduce inflammation in diabetics. But pineapple, after 60, it's one of the fastest ways to drain strength from your legs. Next, the one that is called the king of fruit. Number 3, mango. Mango may be called the king of fruits, but for seniors over 60, it could be the silent destroyer of your leg strength, especially when it's overripe. 1 cup of sliced ripe mango contains over 45 grams of sugar, more than a can of Coca-Cola. And while that sugar might come from fruit, your aging body processes it the same way it processes candy. Without enough fiber to slow it down, the sugar rush hits your bloodstream hard. Insulin levels spike, inflammation soars, and the breakdown begins. Studies now show that high fructose fruit, like overripe mango, accelerates something called glycation, a process where sugar binds to collagen and literally hardens it. That's the very protein your knees and joints depend on for strength, shock absorption, and flexibility. In one 2021 study from Frontiers in Endocrinology, seniors consuming high fructose fruits experienced a 32% decline in leg muscle density and lost measurable walking speed within weeks. It gets worse. Fructose triggers the release of advanced glycation end products, which not only damage collagen, but also inflame the nerves and connective tissue surrounding your joints. That leads to stiff legs, slower movement, and higher fall risk. Mango may look fresh, but the ripper it gets, the worse it becomes. When it turns soft and syrupy, it becomes a sugar bomb, no longer a healthy food. And for seniors with weak knees, tingling legs, or slow recovery after activity, that sugar bomb is gasoline on a fire. If you truly love mango, eat it before it gets soft, and always pair it with blood sugar stabilizers like Greek yogurt, a handful of walnuts, or ground flax seeds. But if your legs are already shaky or your balance is declining, it might be time to skip the mango altogether. Your knees will thank you. Next, another dried fruit that's been marketed as healthy for decades but is quietly damaging leg strength. Number 4, raisins. They seem harmless. They're tiny. They're sold in every healthy snack aisle. But for seniors, raisins can be one of the worst hidden threats to leg strength and mobility. Why? Because these shriveled little fruits are pure concentrated sugar, and they come without the water and fiber that whole grapes use to slow sugar absorption. That means just a handful of raisins can spike your blood sugar like candy. After 60, your body's ability to clear glucose slows down dramatically. Your pancreas is less responsive, your muscle cells become insulin resistant, and without water or fiber to buffer the sugar rush, raisins create the perfect storm for muscle damage, nerve inflammation, and collagen breakdown in the legs. A study published in the Journal of Gerontology found that adults over 60 with high post-meal blood glucose spikes had significantly weaker lower limb strength and slower walking speed. The authors linked repeated glucose surges to accelerated muscle atrophy. But it's not just the sugar. Raisins also contain a compound called advanced glycation end products, or AGES. These are formed when sugars bind to proteins in the body, especially collagen in your muscles and joints. Advanced glycation end products stiffen your connective tissue, reduce muscle elasticity, and increase inflammation in the knees, ankles, and hips, all of which make walking harder and increase your risk of falls. To make matters worse, most raisins are processed with vegetable oils or sulfites, both of which can irritate the gut and trigger chronic inflammation, especially in older adults with digestive issues or autoimmune tendencies. That inflammation spreads systemically, including to the small muscles that support your posture and balance. If you're craving something sweet and chewy, swap raisins for a few slices of fresh apple with almond butter, or go for blueberries, which offer antioxidants without the sugar crash. But if raisins are part of your trail mix, oatmeal, or morning muffin, your legs might be paying the price. These 4 fruits, bananas, pineapple, mango, and raisin, may seem harmless, even healthy, but for seniors over 60, they can quietly steal your leg strength, spike harmful inflammation, and slowly erode your ability to move with confidence and ease. What feels like a sweet, natural snack could actually be setting off a chain reaction inside your body that weakens muscles, disrupts nerves, and puts your balance at risk. The truth is, as we age, our bodies handle sugars and nutrients very differently, and these fruits pack more sugar and metabolic stress than your muscles and joints can handle. But the good news? Awareness is power. You have the choice to protect your legs, your balance, and your freedom by rethinking these everyday fruits. Swap them out for smarter, senior-friendly options that help you rebuild strength, reduce inflammation, and keep you moving freely. Don't wait until weakness slows you down or a fall changes everything. Take control today. Clean out your kitchen, check your fruit choices, and start fueling your legs with foods that truly support your health and independence. Because the best years of your life deserve strong legs and steady steps. Comment, which of these fruits surprised you the most, and which one are you cutting out first? We read every single comment, and we're here to help you fight back with science. Don't forget to subscribe for more senior health tips backed by real research, because your legs, your joints, and your independence deserve better. Share with us your experiences and opinions in the comments below. Thanks for watching.